was like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. Hi, this is Kari from Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk about whether or not it's good to have an on-site manager at a building under 16 units where it's not required. My quickest, simplest answer to that is you can't afford it because you have to meet the minimum manager credit of, I believe it's about $925 right now. And you can call them other things, and you can do a off-site manager where they're not required to live on site. But if you're requiring them to live on site, all the rules of an on-site manager apply. If they live there but they're not required to live there and they can keep being the manager if they move, then that's a different story, but that's often not the case. If you want a manager for a building that's smaller, they're really just considered an employee that you would pay hourly to go out and take care of the building. If you have a bunch of buildings, small buildings in one area, if you're not going to be circulating around your buildings, then you definitely want to pay someone to walk the buildings, make sure there's no liabilities, to make sure they're clean, that vendors are doing their jobs, that tenants aren't putting crazy things outside their apartments or blocking walkways. I mean, there's a million things that can happen at an apartment building. We all know that. So I would say if you can financially justify it, as in having a bunch of buildings where they're going from one building to another, or if you have a large building and you're required to have a manager there and you want them to work more and go to some of your smaller buildings, you can also do that. We've done that before. But otherwise, I think you probably need a property management company. Property management company is going to be a lot more thorough and a lot more up to date on what's happening with the laws and what's changing and happening in the industry. And so you're probably better off with a professional company than hiring an employee. All of that being said, I have had owners that have 14-unit buildings that want on-site managers there. And of course, that makes my life easier. So of course we do it.